With blood and rage of crimson red, ripped from a corpse so freshly dead, together with our hellish hate, we'll burn you all. That is your fate.
This is Red Lantern Russell from
Tomes of Evil,
and you're listening to Sector 2814, a Green Lantern podcast.
This episode of Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Perich, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatic Sidekicks podcast.
with blood
In brightest day,
in blackest nights.
No evil shall escape my sight.
but those who worship evil's might.
Beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to another week of Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Core, it is...
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And Master of Juggling 20 Things at Once, it is...
This is Matt. Hey.
Hey, don't be juggling babies, okay? That's right. Pretty soon here. That goes joining the Dad Club.
Pretty soon.
All those years of dad jokes, practicing dad jokes.
Have only served to prepare him exquisitely for the role.
I hope so.
I think this podcast has probably helped.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the store today. I'll pick it up tomorrow because I refused to make 2 weekly trips to the comic book store. But Green Lantern #1 came out today.
Oh,
So
I am curious, very curious.
So maybe next week we'll have discuss that a little bit. But again, DC puts their stuff out on Tuesday. I'm not running to the store since I get Marvel and DC. I'm not running 2 times, especially not 2 days in a row.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
So what are we? Did everyone caught up on Falcon and Winter Soldier?
So far, yes.
Zemo. How are we gonna get it? How are we gonna get a Thunderbolts with a bad dancer like that? Come on.
I know it's a 6-hour series basically, and I find myself a little puzzled while they didn't seem to kind of lean into the episodic nature of it, and it's more like a 6-hour movie. So it feels like it's. I mean, the last episode was good, but it feels like it's lagging a little bit to me.
I wonder if it was always 6 because I know they had to shut down at one point because of COVID. So I wonder if that just because get a lot of travel in this series. We saw Madripoor.
Was Patch a bartender or a hostess or a host anywhere?
I don't know if he was. I might have missed it, but I did see the Princess Bar was signed for it. Yeah, they're going to introduce Wolverine here.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. Got Sharon Carter back. And then the guy, Wyatt Russell, who plays John Walker's getting all kinds of crap online. It's like, you're supposed to hate this character, kids. People are like, I hate this guy. Well, yeah, it's the whole point of the character.
But not the actor. There's a difference. The character, yes. Actor is an actor. No.
Exactly. We better be getting some U.S. agent, man. That's how I want this series to end. Him coming out in that black suit.
With the black shield.
That's what I think. I think Sam's probably going to become Captain America, and the government's going to. It's going to be like before. So like, the government wants their own thing. So yeah, they're just going to put John Walker in a new suit.
Rebrand him U.S. agent. Yeah.
Well, I think stuff's starting.
Yeah.
I think stuff's going to start going downhill because I think there was like a picture for next episode that comes out Friday, and it looks like there's something on that shield. Might be blood.
I really like. I kind of like Battlestar. I think they've done a really good job with him.
I don't know. Why doesn't he get a mask or at least a helmet?
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, it's been a long time since I read the series. Maybe this is spoilery, so you might not want to listen to this. But
I mean, some '80s comics, but yeah, I mean, it could happen in the show. It might not, kids. So
Battlestar didn't survive in the comics, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he get killed?
Yeah,
he did? Okay,
yeah, no,
cool.
he's still around. Yeah, no. Yeah, he just showed up in the current U.S. Agent miniseries. Yeah, no, he's no.
Oh, excellent. Okay, cool. Because I thought, did he get injured or something in the original?
I don't know.
Because Walker started working solo, and that kind of, accelerated his descent, really,
Well, when Steve takes back over, remember the government fakes John Walker's death because, he's like brutalizing and killing guys. So it's like, again, who knows if this will happen, but yeah, they kind of like, they fake an assassination by a watchdog, and then, John Walker gets a new identity as U.S. agent, aka John Walker. So what alias do they give him? Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Jack Daniels.
Yes.
But Battlestar didn't even know he was alive for a while, but then he eventually finds out.
Cool. I have to go back and read those. It's been a long time since I've read those.
It's Grunwald, so it's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, Captain America 332 through 350, kids.
Grunwald was on Captain America for...
Was it like 10 years?
Over 10 years. Over 10 years, right? Yeah. I got to thinking, did Brubaker, did he come close to that? He was on there for a really long time, wasn't he?
He was on there for a couple years, but I don't think he did 10. I don't think he did like 10 years. Because he started he started what, like it was like early to mid 2000s, and then because I don't think he made it all to like the middle of the teens, did he?
I don't know. I was curious. I'll have to look.
Yeah, but he brought Bucky back.
He did bring Bucky back. He did do that.
But yeah, then there's gonna be a big gap because so Falcon and Winter Soldier is only 6 episodes. Then Loki doesn't start till June. I don't know if they left that gap in May for that's when Black Widow was supposed to come out, but now Black Widow is not coming out till July. Although, did we talk about that? Yeah, Black Widow. It'll be same day theater and on Disney Plus, but you have to pay $30 on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Again, it's like if you want to go to the theater, and then it's like, hey, I know sometimes we catch a matinee, but if you go, are you getting snacks? Or are you getting,
Yeah.
Got to factor in, ticket prices, any snacks. You're going to be using gas driving there. It's
Yeah. And it's not just a one-time viewing, right?
You pay that $30. You can watch as many times as you want.
Yeah.
I think once you pay that $30, it's in your library, as long as you have Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. It's new way of the world.
Could pause and find stuff. Yeah, because I for my birthday, got an upgraded TV. Well, little bigger TV, went from like the 40 to a 49-inch, way clearer picture. It's like watching all this stuff. I'm like, oh, this is so awesome.
So it looks like Captain America Volume 5, number 1, which was Brubaker's first issue, was in January of 2005, cover dated. So I'm looking for the second part of that.
Glad you guys tuned in for a DC podcast.
That's right. Well, it's going to take longer than the Jeopardy music.
Oh, I know, yeah. You guys watching anything else? Did you see for First Contact Day yesterday? We got it's not premiering until 2022, but Picard season 2 is coming in 2022.
Cool. And I haven't seen that.
They teased Q.
Yes, I saw that.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
But yes, yesterday was First Contact Day.
Yes. Falcons.
April 5th, 2063. Zephram Cochrane makes his first trip and then introduces the Vulcans, the popular music.
Doesn't he shoot him? No, wait, that's Mirror Universe, sorry.
Yes.
Mirror Universe. And then I don't know when it's coming out. Maybe, I don't know if it's 2022 also. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I don't know if there was like a trailer for Discovery Season 4 also.
Oh, sweet. Discovery is amazing.
Mm-hmm. told you. Oh yeah, once you hit like season 2, I mean, but especially season 3. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I celebrated First Contact Day yesterday. I watched was it 1 or 2 episodes of Voyager?
Yeah, there you go. I talked about Leonard Nimoy several times yesterday. I didn't realize it was First Contact Day.
Oh, what on the
Because he was born in Boston. He's from the West End.
Oh.
He financed a free museum you can visit called the West End Museum.
Nice.
And, yeah.
Hey, kids. Hey, enjoy this, man. You usually got to pay to hear this from Macona.
Exactly right.
Live long and prosper. Oh, you should. Too bad you didn't. You need to find some Spock ears to wear.
Oh, man. That'd be tough with my headset.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Wonder if you can find something you can stick on the headphones.
That'd be good. Or a universal communicator, so I could talk to everyone.
All right. So while you're looking it up, should we start diving into some of these issues?
Let's dive in.
Since we may lose Kona after a while. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So yes, tonight we're covering Green Lantern Volume 3, number 22, 23, and 24. And the cover of the first one really kind of gives away the plot. Hal and Carol.
It kind of does, doesn't it?
Lovers reunion.
Yeah.
So yes, issue 22. Chorus, Gerard Jones, writer. Pat Broderick, pencils. Romeo Tango, inker. Anthony Tulling, colorist. Albert de Guzman, letterer, and Kevin Dooley, editor. And this has a cover date, March 1992. Titled The Contest. Wasn't that a Seinfeld episode?
It was. And it's about people being the masters of their own domain. And that's sort of what this is about, too. Right? Intergalactic space wars and things like that.
But instead of John F. Kennedy Jr., it's Star Sapphire.
Yeah, exactly.
While Hal Jordan is busy answering a distress signal from Earth, does that have something to do with the Justice League? Is this when he this when he becomes leader of Justice League Europe or whatever?
I think so, because it mentioned Justice League Spectacular or something in the note there.
I think they were mixing stuff. After breakdowns, they're mixing stuff up. Because by '94 we're getting Emerald Twilight, so yeah, I'm thinking this is when Hal becomes leader of Justice League Europe. While he answers a distress call from Earth, Brick and 2 potential recruits for the Green Lantern Corps from Stone World, and Quarry arrive at Taban, where the Tabans are at war with the Quadogans.
I don't know. I couldn't pronounce that.
Again, they're made up words, so who the hell knows how this... Despite Quarry's impulses, Brick decides that they will wait for Hal to arrive before beginning the search for Star Sapphire or interfering in the skirmish. On a Taban battleship, their leader, Creon, meets with Flicker, who promises that despite the fact that Star Sapphire proved too volatile to use in battle, he has a plan to get Hal Jordan there to temper her behavior. Hal finally returns and provides each of the other 3 lanterns with an energy signature by which to trace the Star Sapphire. Is concerned about the war and wonders why they do not intervene, but Hal becomes annoyed with her questioning and sends her with Brick to seek Star Sapphire out. Quarry soon follows. Later, Hal is frustrated that they can't find Carol, despite the fact that she can't fight a Star Sapphire without emitting the energy signature he's tracking. Unable to hide her own feelings, Brick asks Hal who Carol is to him. Oh boy. Hal tells
flashback time.
Hal tells his story of regret, including how Carol, as Star Sapphire, murdered Kat Matui, because that's the only thing we can talk about from Action Comics Weekly. The wife of his friend John Stewart. After hearing Hal's story, Brick suggests that he still loves Carol and suggests that he find someone else. Hal senses Brick's feelings for him and tries to let her down easy. Oh man, her feelings came down on him like a ton of bricks, huh?
Talk about a rocky relationship.
You could see why she wanted her space.
See, we went stone. Conan went space.
Yeah.
I see what you did there. They are interrupted by the arrival of Quarry, who has captured 2 Theban soldiers who claim that Star Sapphire is being held on Creon's ship. Without any hesitation, Hal flies there, not aware that Flicker has spread the information around as bait. Hal and the other lanterns fight their way onto the bridge of Creon's ship. Inside, Flicker holds a gun to Star Sapphire's head, stopping Hal in his tracks. Faced with concerns about the greater good, attacks Flicker. Flicker misses shooting Carol, and Hal jumps him. When Flicker nearly gets the upper hand, Brick saves Hal's life. However, when Flicker realizes he is defenseless, he simply disappears. Hal and the other lanterns escape with Star Sapphire, still encased within a crystal prism. Once they are out of range of the Thebans, Hal reveals his decision about which candidate from Stoneworld will become a Green Lantern. To the surprise of both Brick and Quarry, Hal chooses as the new Lantern because she has the questioning quality that is needed to keep the strong wills of others in check. Unfortunately, the moment is sullied by Star Sapphire's escape from the crystal. All right, what do we think of 22? Yeah.
This begins a trend of the cover really not coming into play until the final page, which I think is the thing that happens in the next issue too. They kind of give us a lot of villain backstory and plotting, long pontificating things, which was all right, but I don't know. I mean, I just felt like there was a lot of setting up. I did appreciate the fact that Flicker's word bubbles covered his puffy neck thing a lot. So, and I did dig the artwork and all that. I don't know too much inside baseball when it comes to selecting of the lanterns to a little bit to me, but I don't know. I know they're building towards the core coming back, as we'll find out. But it was just all right for me.
But I mean, yeah, this era of Green Lantern. I mean, I think Pat Broderick's my favorite out of like the current artists on on Robin.
I don't know. I have to go with Mark Bright.
He is like a close second. Yeah, it is like a big fight. For me, between Pat Broderick and Bright, yeah. This issue kind of, Carol and Hal are meant to be. It has to be, no matter how forced it sometimes feels. And this kind of felt a little forced to me. I mean, Hal and Carol have always kind of been forced. I mean, have they ever been together and it hasn't been rocky?
There you go.
Unintentional.
I don't know.
Because remember, when they were together, she wanted him to give up the Green Lantern Corps for her, which he did. Then she becomes Star Sapphire and leaves, and it's like,
yeah. Wait a minute. I don't know this.
So this is interesting because it's like you think about it. I mean, we've seen Star Sapphire. She killed Katma, but you haven't seen like Carol since pre-Crisis. It was like right around the time of Crisis, wasn't it?
Yeah, so it may have been like 5, 6, 7 years. Who knows? The last time we actually saw her.
Yeah, it was probably 85, 86, yeah.
Now, doesn't, am I misremembering, but spoilers, doesn't Predator kind of come back too later in this run?
Yeah, around like issue 41 or so, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, and that has to do with Carol as well, How many people she got living up there? I don't know.
Well, that's the other thing they did. I think didn't they start that Predator thing around the time she became Star Staff? And then I don't think they ever...
which was years and years and years ago. Yeah,
again, like 85, 86, and then they never.
Yeah, it never went anywhere. This. I guess this is kind of it's trying to build new, but it seems like it's being kind of dragged on by the past because we're trying to address all this stuff.
Yeah.
And did it need to be addressed? Well, maybe, but not necessarily for Hal, more for John, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's more important to his story, I think, than Hal's at this point.
But again, too, I think, pretty soon here in a couple months, this is going to be Hal's, just Hal's book. So I think they're trying to, especially rebuild his life on Earth. He's going to be back in one of the Justice League teams. It's, they're bringing back the love interest.
We don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he has to win that fight in 25. I know, that's right. Well, the Justice League wants him back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, 25.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get there.
Moving and grooving.
That's right. All right. Any other thoughts on this one? Again, it's a lot of setup, especially with Hal has to zip over to the Justice League special and then come back.
Yeah, no.
It just seems kind of weird because Hal was to appear in that Justice League special. So the three rookies are just gonna kind of kill time here until Hal zooms back in.
He said to wait. Let's wait. He doesn't know that we're. Yeah, it was a weird, kind of weird at the beginning.
I mean, I appreciate the attempt at continuity, but it's just it kind of feels like we're just waiting for Hal to do whatever he's doing over in the other book and come back. All right. So we should get 23.
You bet.
All right. So issue 23, April 1992. Memories. It's not a Streisand song, is it?
I don't think so, but maybe it could be. I don't know.
All right. Hal Jordan, Brick, and try desperately to defend themselves against a raging Star Sapphire. I think there's ointment for that. Unfortunately, Hal's hopes to bring Carol Ferris out of her imprisonment within the Star Sapphire personality aren't very helpful in keeping them from being hurt. Both Brick and are put out of commission by Star Sapphire's sword, and Hal is forced to escape. Star Sapphire gives chase as Hal leads her back towards Taban, where the Taban army is fighting with the Quadogans. He manages to sneak up behind her and blasts her in the face with his ring, momentarily bringing out Carol's personality. Is that just slapping her in the face?
And then, psych!
Wake up!
Not in the face!
Momentarily bringing out Carol's personality. However, Star Sapphire soon suppresses the memories and Hal finds himself being strangled by her. Meanwhile, a Tibetan ship led by Creon hopes to capture both Star Sapphire and Hal. As they approach, Hal escapes again and Flicker accosts Star Sapphire with a plan. Creon's men try to capture Hal, but he manages to fight them off before encountering Brick again. She tries to convince him to let go of Carol and fight Star Sapphire in earnest. She reveals that she has called for backup from the other Green Lanterns. Hal is bothered by this because if Brick called John Stewart, he will likely be overcome by his anger and try to take revenge for the death of Kat Matui on Star Sapphire. Hal tries to plan a way to prevent John from getting to Star Sapphire, but realizes he will have to just try to stop John before Hal is killed by her. Hoping for some strong backup, Hal finally inducts Boudica into the Green Lantern Corps. Unfortunately, Brick is knocked unconscious and Hal is left without backup when John Stewart arrives on the scene. Hal must stop his friend by himself.
Boudica.
All right.
I had forgotten about Creon, but I liked Creon. I really liked him. Then he was a Lantern for a while, and then I don't know that we've seen him after Emerald Twilight. Honestly, I'd have to check the core book or the other Green Lantern series. But I was really kind of liking him.
I mean, didn't they bring a lot of those guys back? After Rebirth, there was an arc where they brought some of a lot of them back. But I don't know if they've done. I don't think they've done a lot with him if he is still around.
Yeah.
And you could hear Kilowog smiling because of Boudica.
So Will, I don't remember in modern time, now, the Star Sapphire has a ring, but is all the power in that sword right now, or in this issue? Or?
I don't know. It was. I thought it used to be an amulet or something.
Oh yeah,
long ago. But yeah. Well, I mean,
maybe that big thing in her head dress or whatever.
There wasn't really a lot of explanation for why she, became a murderous psychopath.
I just mean that sword's crackling with power, and she's flying out in space half naked. So it's yeah, she has some kind of purple aura. So yeah, something. She's rocking power from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So what you think, Matt?
I thought it was all right. I mean, I'm really, despite all the grief I give Flicker about the costume, I do like that he's a villain and a bad guy. I mean, we kind of even glossed over his whip beheading in the issue before that. But he's just taking off people who are on his team's arms, poor ensign type character. So that's good, but I feel like he's not at the forefront. He's sort of pulling the strings, not to make a whip reference. It's more than a string. But and Star Sapphire can withstand the whip too, which she just kind of wraps it around her arm. And but yeah, Hal Jordan trying to stay in the fight with everyone falling around him, and then I did like the tease with Jon Stewart, because Hal's like, oh no, he got the message, and he knows the history that they have, so that it was some good foreshadowing and a reminder to people who might not have read those earlier issues.
I know that
was that. Yeah.
I do like that Jon Stewart scene where they're just sitting around in the mosaic talking about road construction, and you just see that his
oh man, yeah,
his ring just flashes. And he's like, yeah, he's like, they found her. He's like, Star Sapphire.
Yeah,
and he's gone.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I think that Jon Stewart might have inspired Barack Obama. He's a community planner. He's doing the dirty work. He's there. It's totally below his pay grade, but he's involved. Although his mind quickly turns to murder. So, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it's just funny because I think Tomar 2's like, wait, stop, and he's like, the hell with this. He's like, because he just keeps shouting Star Sapphire over, and I'm like, what's a Star Sapphire? And I think it's Rose. Yeah, Rose is like, oh, it's the woman who killed his wife. Oh, but yeah. But yeah, that is a good ending though. Yeah, you just see John flying in, and so Hal's like, okay, got to do this.
It's going down now.
Oh yeah, just Hal. I love that bit. That's that. He's just like, all right, let's do this. Because again, it's Hal loves her, but it's yeah, it's like all these stories. It's okay, I get it, John, you're angry, but it's Carol's not in control.
Yeah. But something's in control, and that's what he wants dead. So, I get that too.
But I mean, I know irrational anger, but it's just wouldn't you try to rip that power source or whatever off of her?
Yeah.
That's again, in the Captain America Civil War, it's okay, Tony Stark, I get it. Bucky killed your parents, but he was being mind control. Yeah.
It's not like he wanted to.
Oh. He was a victim too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this one's better than 22. A lot more action, and Hal's around for the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In Star Sapphire, we see her really doing something, whereas it was just kind of out of commission for the bulk of the issue before that. Yeah.
Which is really interesting because, I mean, post 13 crises later, whatever we are, now, these continuity, the Lanterns are all somewhat equal, the Star Sapphires, and yet she's shown to be, kind of super powerful, in these issues,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's because she's insane or whatever, but it's kind of a departure from what we can, what we expect today, with the Red Lanterns and the Yellow, and the Sinestro Corps and all those guys.
And again, I mean, in modern times, with the different cores, aren't there like a bunch of like different like Star Sapphires or like their people have a bunch of rings? I mean, here I think it's just Carol's rocking every ounce of power they have.
You could be right there. Yeah, that's very possible too.
Maybe she flew into their power battery.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll see that kind of with Kyle when he becomes Ion, which is the being inside the green battery, right?
Yep. Oh my God, Star Sapphire in this issue. I mean, she got some like Starfire level hair.
And that headpiece. I mean, she's rocking that. That's got to be a foot tall, right?
I don't know, but I mean, just look at all that hair coming off the back of her.
Yeah.
I think they kind of like to do that sometimes. If the character didn't have a cape, they give him like really long hair.
Now they have a cape.
or in the cape. I mean, we'll discuss it around issue 46, but or when Superman comes back, he has both.
That's right.
Well, that's what I said.
Super mullet.
Well, that's what I said in the Justice League movie or the Snyder Cut. I'm like, in the comics, he grew that mullet when he come back. I guess his hair was still growing when he was quote unquote dead. I'm like, they could have just in the movie when he comes back to life, they should have just had the mustache. Don't even hide it.
Yeah. Full beard.
I was gonna say that or slap a Matt Conan beard on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, beards and long hair, their nature's cape. So.
Nice. I mean, he already had the mustache. All they had to do was slap on like something fake on his chin or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, and of course, just like beaming in Boudica.
Yeah. She seems eager too.
It's like that first Avengers movie. It's just like Boudica, smash.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
Should we get to 24?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Yeah. I'm going to get as much of Matt Conan's thoughts as we can squeeze in here. All right. Green Lantern, Volume 3, 24, from May 1992. The Decision. Decision 92.
Yeah, that's a while back.
Hal Jordan struggles to restrain an enraged John Stewart from fighting Star Sapphire. Hal himself struggles with his own desire to save Carol Ferris from being trapped within the violent personality of the Star Sapphire, while John wants to kill her in revenge for the murder of his wife, Kat Matui. While John battles Star Sapphire, Flicker watches on as the other members of the Green Lantern Corps arrive. Flicker devises a plan to capture all of the Green Lanterns and Star Sapphire to sell as mercenary soldiers to the highest bidder. Boy, for someone who's dressed like Shakespeare in the Park, man, he's got some lofty goals.
Yeah, that's pretty optimistic.
And okay, let's assume I don't know that these are all the Green Lanterns, but let's just assume that I think that these are all the Green Lanterns. I'm going to kidnap them. The Green Lanterns have bosses.
I know.
Insanely powerful little blue bosses. Do you really want to annoy them? I don't think so.
And do you really want them to drop that nuke on you named Guy Gardner?
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen Guy yet, so he's always hovering in the ether, wondering where he's going to come through.
You don't want to mess with us in our redneck of mass destruction. Come on.
That's a good one.
When the other Green Lanterns arrive, Star Sapphire holds her sword to John Stewart's throat, threatening to kill him. The other Lanterns look to Hal Jordan for guidance. As Hal struggles to decide, Flicker makes his move and attempts to capture Boudica. Rather than
poor choice.
Yeah, you chose poorly. Rather than deal with Star Sapphire, the Lanterns attack Flicker's ship. Hal flies straight to Flicker's What a fancy man. What kind of villain is he? He has an office. The Flicker's office and beats him senseless. When Hal emerges from the ship, he finds Jon Stewart safe. Apparently, Star Sapphire escaped. Kilowog arrives, towing the Tiben ship belonging to Creon. Creon suggests that he will bring Flicker to justice before turning himself over to the Tiben tribunal. Eventually, Chazalon informs Hal that Star Sapphire has returned. The Lanterns all unite to blast Star Sapphire with the rings. She is rendered unconscious, but Jon Stewart refuses to let it end there, taking her sword and threatening to kill her. Hal steps back, saying that if Jon feels so strongly that he should kill her. Jeez. Of course, Jon can't bring himself to kill her, even for the sake of justice. Together, he and Hal use their rings to pull Carol Ferris out of the Star Sapphire and bring her back to reality. On Oa, Hal decides to make Creon and Tomar 2 of the Mosaic the final 2 Green Lantern Corps members that he is required in order to return to Earth as Green Lantern of Sector 2814. He later visits Carol, who is still recovering. He vows to return to Earth regardless of whether he'll have to fight Guy Gardner for the position or not.
One thing that was skipped is that when Flicker attacked Boudica, it was Creon's ship that kind of distracted him so that the rest of the Lanterns could. Which is why he gets ultimately made a Green Lantern, right? And Tomar 2. I like Tomar 2 as well.
Oh, yeah.
I like a lot of these newer Lanterns and Kilowog. But the one that they've been given a lot of, pages to, I'm not a fan of what's her name? Brick. Is it Brick? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Brick at this point, but
because she's basically just like a puppy following Hal Jordan around.
Following Hal around, yeah, exactly. But go ahead, and we have to say it.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead.
So we have to say it like Phil says it. Ah.
That you gotta give yourself a drop for that, Phil.
Yeah.
I know.
Probably strains your vocal cords to say it every time. You just gotta click.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if they even do much with do they?
I don't think so. Not really.
Ramp up the
I don't really think that. I mean, because we're kind of on borrowed. I mean, it's still 2 years in the future, but we're kind of. I mean, that's not a lot of storylines, down the road until we hit Emerald Twilight. So yeah, I don't think this new core really gets fleshed out that much more between now and then.
Oh yeah.
I was just going to make a silly joke about it. This sort of parallels. We were talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and bad guys promising to bring other bad guys to justice, then going back to jail, and characters being forced upon us. Baron Zemo, new Captain America, type of coincidences. Who would have thought?
Synchronicity.
Yes.
Themes just keep coming back up. Oh my lord! But I forgot the title of the letters page at the time. Oa, by the way.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oa, by the way.
Nice.
All right, so
I've got. Well, I asked you guys a question that I wanted you to think on. So we'll hit there when ultimately we get to Emerald Twilight. I'll try to remember to bring that back up.
Mm-hmm.
But another question is Emerald Twilight, is Rebirth and everything from then on, is it good enough that it justifies Emerald Twilight? And of course all the Kyle stuff too. So Emerald Twilight happens, then we get Kyle as Green Lantern, and 175 issues of Ron Mars, and then somebody else, and then Mars ends up coming back, I think, on the series.
That last arc or two, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and then, so that's up to 180 something.
1 or 82, yeah, something like that, yeah.
And then ultimately we get, Rebirth and Green Lantern Volume 4,
I mean,
5 and 6 and 7.
I mean, Emerald Twilight, they even said it's like the book, I guess the book wasn't selling, so they just knocked everything down and then, brought in the whole Kyle and the whole new status quo. And then I think around Rebirth, I think they said, was it Jeff Johns? Somebody wanted like all the classic versions of the characters left. I mean, they brought back Hal Jordan, then eventually they brought back Oliver. Or did they bring Oliver Queen? Oh yeah, they brought first they brought back Oliver Queen, then Hal Jordan, and then in 2009 they brought Barry Allen back. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, while it was kind of focused on Earth and Hal in the series early on, I guess to build that footing, boom, they went wide, with Sinestro Corps War, which was really kind of like, people were like, whoa.
Oh yeah.
This is cool. And then we had a Green Lantern Corps title that was monthly. And then we got all the lead up to Blackest Night with all the other corps out there. It was, and of course that wouldn't have happened if this wouldn't have been relaunched in the 90s. So it's I don't know, for me as a longtime Green Lantern fan, it was nice to see the Corps come back and actually not just be treated as a plot point. It was, hey, this is the Corps and they're Green Lanterns and they're kind of awesome. Even Gardner.
Yes.
I mean, I thought Guy Gardner was a jerk when I originally read these, but as reading like the first couple issues of his 90s series now, I'm getting the new respect. I mean, again, it's, he's a jerk, but I'm just like, okay, I kind of see what they're trying to do here.
Mm-hmm.
Especially.
Well, and I just, the scene in Rebirth, where he kisses his ring and says, that's the way the Lanterns do it.
Yes. Or when Hal decks Batman, he's like, yes!
And we'll get there. Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah. I was going to say, by the end of the year, we'll be at Cal, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, it'll be when do we hit Emerald Twilight?
Emerald Twilight, I don't have dates on these, but Emerald Twilight will be episode 34.
So that's 25 weeks?
Yeah, so something like that. Yeah.
About 6 months?
Something like that, yeah.
Cool.
Along the way, we'll hit some...
Very cool.
Yeah, hit some... I say, did we start Dark Stars before Kyle? Either before or right after Kyle. Yeah, we had some Dark Stars, and of course, Guy Gardner.
Mosaic.
Oh, yeah. So...
Have you looked at any of those mosaics yet, Matt?
I did. I flipped through I think the first issue, and I like it. I'm interested. Now, how long until that starts? Is that concurrent with this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it launched around 25, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all around the same neighborhood, yeah, because Mosaic, and then issue 25, and then right after, of course, after 25, Guy Gardner starts rolling, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I figured it felt like it should be around this time, so I just wasn't sure exactly where we were in the Green Lantern lore.
Yeah, because next week we're going to do Green Lantern Corps #1, or quarterly, Green Lantern Corps quarterly #1 next week, and then in 2 weeks we're going to do the first 4 issues of Mosaic, so, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then 3 weeks,
awesome.
3 weeks, issue 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bunch of short. There's a bunch of short stories in that quarterly next week. I don't think we should do. I probably don't want to do a live read for all of them, but well, I'm thinking we got to do first appearance of Jack T. Chance, or
trench coat wearing bad boy Green Lantern Jack T. Chance,
or should I say Jack T. Kona?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Gunslinger. Yeah, yes.
You got it.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, I got to go trench coat shopping to get ready for next week. So I have to bow out of the stream now, real quick.
Hey,
great seeing you guys as always. Great chatting.
Great seeing you. So same time next week.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I'm not doing anything, but you can still be my friend at Matt Kona. I'll be reading Crossover Division. when it comes to the mail. Or I had the digital one open, but my mother-in-law had to use my computer, and I lost all the tabs, so I have to go find what page I am in the PDF. But I love her. I just should have told her to just minimize it and start a new window. But yeah. But all right, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks everyone for listening. Hi to Ray if you're listening or leaving feedback. Suck at Lilith. But in a happy way. I love Lilith.
Suck it happily. All right, take it easy, Mr.
Right.
Kona.
Have a good one, man.
Yes, see you later. Bye.
See you later, Bunky. All right, so I was going to say, he mentioned crossover division. If you're up for it, I was going to say maybe even for the Patreon. I mean, we're always looking for stuff over there. Maybe do a live read of that first issue crossover division or something.
Oh, that could be interesting.
Especially when we have the writers. If we, have the writer with us, and be like, "Oh, hey, what were you thinking here?"
I was thinking I needed to fill the page. No, sorry, I never think that.
But yeah, I mean, I think that would be interesting. Do a live read of at least the first issue, and doing it with the writer. I mean, that's something new we've never done before. Am I doing the voice right?
I don't know. I guess we'll see. I get to decide. I am the decider.
I was going to say, how do you hear it in your head? And you're like, they all sound like me.
They all sound like this.
Oh yeah, because
I am God. There you go.
Oh wait,
Star Blast.
I didn't hit it this
gift
week.
That keeps on giving.
Mm-hmm. Here's one you've been waiting for.
When he gives me his bone. When he gives me his bone.
It's because of the bone.
Bonehead.
He gives me his bone. Yeah, that's an awesome one.
When he gives me his bone.
Oh my God! Last night, me and Kristen on Nightwing News, we had Lilith guest star because we covered Batman 66. It's internet famous. It's the Joker's comedy of errors. Joker mentioning his boners every 2 seconds.
Oh no, I hadn't read that one.
Oh no, you haven't seen images of that online or anything. Oh yeah, look up just do an image search for Batman 66. And it's just Joker. It'd be like, I'll show them how many boners the Joker can make and stuff like that. It's
okay. Something to do for tonight.
1951. Oh yeah, go read the whole issue. Oh, it's like every page there's at least, I swear, like 2 boners references. All right. So anything else on these?
No, I mean, I don't know. I felt a little anticlimactic at the end there. I mean, I liked that the Creon and Tomar 2 were made GLs. I think those were really kind of nice. But, hey, all the GLs show up and then they stop her. It just seemed a little off. I mean, and I get what he was going for, I think, with Hal saying, well, yeah, just go ahead and kill her. Because he knew John wouldn't. And...
Well, he knew that was going to work with John. There's no way in hell he would have did that with Guy.
Well, no, not at all.
No.
But I mean, it kind of makes the whole lead up. Why was he even fighting John then if he knew he wasn't going to kill her? Right?
I mean, I think he was. It was a gamble. It's like I'm trusting his reason and his kindness to come out. To overpower that anger. That
urge to kill her because But I mean, I thought this was a kind of a cool core to a new, full Green Lantern core, and I would imagine that any of the former core members that were left, they would just boom, send out rings, and suddenly we've got, we already know people who are qualified. Before.
I mean, in the past, and even like after Rebirth, I mean, can't those rings go out and find worthy wielders themselves? It's like, why are we sending a
why are we out recruiting?
Exactly. Again, we're
that was that's modern. This is then, not now. So
I think we were killing time until 25.
They wanted 25 to be a big. Which is not, I mean, when you think about it, so you want 2 guys to beat each other senseless to see who gets to be
a cop.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't, they're going to beat each other senseless so that they can be a better protector. I don't understand. But anyway, yeah.
You know how boys are.
That's...
I mean, hey, the Guardians are like, hey, you guys settle it between yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Mom, Dad said settle it, so we're going to settle it.
I mean, Hal really wanted to come back, and, Guy didn't want to leave, so it's like, I guess we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, Guy had a yellow ring. Mm-hmm. Eventually, I mean, spoilers.
Well, we'll get there.
Hey,
Guy Gardner Reborn. Yeah. Guy Gardner Reborn. We'll get there in a few weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. That ring supposedly used Green Lantern energy to run, but it wasn't a true yellow ring, right?
Like I said, I think I forgot I read, like the first 16 issues or something. Yeah, I mean the ring every once in a while will like sputter out and it'll lose power because I think it's like it reacts, because the first time I think it ran out of power and then like I don't know, Kilowog was using his ring around it and then it like recharged. Yeah, it basically charges itself on Green Lantern rings.
So it's not the same ring that Sinestro Corps members use in modern times.
No,
it's not based on.
Yeah, it's not running on fear or anything. Yeah, it's just running on the Green Lantern energy. Yeah. It's that very first ring because he pulls it off Sinestro's, supposedly dead body.
Mm-hmm. And we'll get there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, so much to come. All right. Yeah, and like I said, maybe next week we'll have a review of Green Lantern #1.
That's right, yeah. Did Far Sector 10 come out as well, or was that last?
I think 10 came out a few
weeks ago.
10 a few weeks ago? Yeah. Can't really look that up. Well, I was going to say, next one's going to be 11, right?
Yeah, I think 11's coming.
All right.
Oh, and it was Brubaker started on Cap in January of 2005, and his final issue was December of 2012, so that's 8 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, nice run, but yeah, it wasn't 10 years.
Wasn't 10 years. Close, but no cigar.
Wait a minute. Is Far Sector? I didn't think it was on my list, but unless they changed the date, it looks like it might be out this week too. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, April 6th. It's saying unless they changed it. So yeah. I didn't think.
Yeah, I think I subscribe to the comic list, which lists everything that's coming out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is coming out. Yeah, that's right. I do have it on my list.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So number 11.
Yep, number 11. So yeah, Far Sector 11 and Green Lantern #1. So yeah, 2 Green Lantern books this week, kids.
It's a good time to be a Green Lantern fan.
And if, for those of you interested, the second issue of that Crime Syndicate book's out. Is going to be out. So
which has
Power
Ring.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, lots of ringy goodness, kids.
Ringy goodness. Nice.
All right, so should we wrap this up?
I think so. Sounds good to me.
Doesn't feel the same with Hakona. All right, kids. So yes, send your thoughts again next week. Green Lantern Corps Quarterly #1. First appearance of Jack T. Chance. Get some,
and we've got a Gnort story too.
Gnort, Alan Scott. Yep. Then in 2 weeks, Green Lantern Mosaic, the first 4 issues. So, and then in 3 weeks, what's coming. The fight. Hal and Guy. 2 Green Lanterns go in. Only 1 comes out as a Green Lantern. All right. Oh, that's gonna be a great live read.
That'll be fun.
I know.
That'll be fun.
I'm gonna love just saying big. Okay, Superman, just back off. Let him duke it out. All right, kids. So, yeah, send your thoughts on all those. Or, hey, the new issues. Let us know what you think of Far Sector 11 and Green Lantern #1. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. Oh, by the time we get to the cow stuff, Ray might be able to send in more feedback, because I think they said by this summer, Australia is supposed to get DC Universe Infinite.
Cool. And they have Twilight, Emerald Twilight, and up.
Yeah.
Quite a ways, don't they?
I think it starts at 48, first part of Emerald Twilight, and I think, everything else, Green Lantern, past that point. Yeah, even like the Guy Gardner stuff, I think, kicks in around then. So, Ray will have no excuse then. So send your thoughts on all those. Follow Sector 2814 on Facebook, Twitter. Join Book of Oa, our Facebook group. Find links to all of those. Links to this YouTube channel. Links to the Patreon. Links to merchandise. Links to everything at Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. And please remember to support our sponsors, Tweaked Audio and Hunt a Killer. Use the code Southgate for both of those for a discount. And then go pick up Pod Life the book, now in digital and paperback. Audio version coming soon. So go get that on Amazon. And when you do, use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help us support this show, the network, and that crazed man with a sword, Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Make it rain, so says Master Doom.
Please kick me in the pants.
All right, Will, where can people find you and your creative endeavors?
You can find me at Walred. That's at WALLRED. Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I usually hang out more on Twitter. But, yeah, any of those places. You can also find my work, Crossover Division. Woohoo! Crossover Division #1. I have copies now that I'll be sending out soon. That's cool. It's at crossoverdivision.com. Also, Diary of Night is at diaryofnight.com, which is this collects a 4-issue series.
Oh yeah, that's good.
With art by Gene Gonzalez, which is pretty awesome. And I'm in good company here with Phil and Matt, and that we both love a certain Marvel cosmic protector known as Quasar. So if you like Quasar, you can always check out all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar at the Quantum Zone, which is quantumzone.org.
Stay tuned. We're going to do a bonus episode. It's someday soon. Yeah, I mean, we'll let some Guardians of the Galaxy issues pile up, then we'll do an episode.
Cool.
I'll put it in my navel.
Exactly.
All right, so that's right.
Suck it, Lilith.
All right, kiddos. Again, Green Lantern Corps Quarterly #1 next week. Ignored Alan Scott, Jack T. Chance. And the countdown to 25. Oh, by what is it, like issues 30 and 31, we're going to get that crossover with the Flash.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Good.
Hector Hammond and Grodd.
Grodd.
Oh, damn, Grodd. All right, kids. So join us next week. We're here every week. We're going to cover Quarterly in 1 week.
3 months in 1 week.
Hey everyone, this is Brian, the host of Inner Demons, the Ghost Rider podcast. And since 2017, Inner Demons has been the best place on the web for news, reviews, and regular discussion with our listeners about Marvel's Spirit of Vengeance, Ghost Rider. You can find us on Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many other podcast catchers, as well as on Twitter at InnerDemonsGR. Remember, listening to your inner demons is not always a bad thing. Ride on.